Your Scottish surname is older than Scotland itself. Older than the tartan, older than the kilt, older than the country's borders. For a great many Scottish names, it is close to 1,000 years old, and it still remembers exactly which clan, which glen, and which bloodline you came from. And hidden at the end of this, there is something stranger than any legend. A single warlord, dead for 800 years, whose DNA is still measurable today in roughly 500,000 living men, and one of these 10 names carries it. So today we're going to read the map. 10 Scottish surnames, the clan hidden inside each one, and the piece of your ancestry your last name has been carrying for 1,000 years. Before the names, you need the code, because Scottish surnames aren't random. Once you can read one, you can read almost all of them. That Mac, as in MacDonald, is the Gaelic word for son of. MacDonald means son of Donald. And MC is not a different name, or an Irish version, or a lower class, it is simply a shorthand for the very same Mac. Same word. Same meaning. But a Scottish surname is more than son of someone. It is a flag of allegiance. Because for centuries the Highlands were not ruled by a king in a castle. They were ruled by the clan, an extended family, bound to a chief, holding a stretch of mountain and glen by the sword. And here is the part most people never hear. Not everyone who carried a clan's name was related to the chief by blood. Farmers and fighters who lived on a clan's land often took the clan's name for protection. These were the septs. So your surname doesn't only tell you who your great-grandfather was. It tells you whose land your family stood on, and whose banner they would have died under. And beneath the name there is a second layer, one the clans themselves never knew existed. Written into the Y-chromosome of Scottish men are the fingerprints of everyone who ever conquered this land. Hold on to that. By the end, it ties one of these names to a single, real, measurable ancestor. So let's read the map. 10 names. 10 clans. Number 10. Campbell. In Gaelic, Campbell, and it is not a flattering name. It means crooked mouth or wry mouth, a nickname pinned on some long-forgotten ancestor that stuck for 800 years. The Campbells rose from Argyll in the west to become one of the most powerful, and most feared, clans in all of Scotland, the Dukes of Argyll. Powerful enough that their name still carries the shadow of the Glencoe massacre of 1692. Number 9. MacKenzie, Mac Coinage, son of Coinanich, meaning the bright one or the fair one. The Mackenzies ruled the northwest, from Kintail across to the Isle of Lewis, and their stronghold is the most photographed castle in the world, Eilean Donnan, on its little island where 3 lochs meet. Number 8. Cameron, from Camshron, which means, quite literally, crooked nose. Rooted deep in Lochaber, the Camerons were among the fiercest fighting clans in the Highlands, with a war motto that translates as, Sons of the Hound, come and get flesh. When the Jacobite risings came, the Camerons were among the first to draw the sword, and among the last to lay it down. Number 7. Gordon. The Gordons took their name from lands in the borders, then carried it north and planted it across Aberdeenshire, where their chief grew so powerful he was known simply as the Cock o' the North. For centuries, little happened in the northeast of Scotland without a Gordon's hand in it. Number 6. Fraser. This one didn't begin in the Highlands at all, it came with the Normans, from a French root, and you can still see it in the strawberry flowers, the phrase, on the clan crest. But the Frasers of Lovat became Highlanders to the bone, settling around Inverness, and they paid for it. On the moor at Culloden in 1746, the Fraser line was cut down in the last pitched battle ever fought on British soil. Number 5. MacLeod, MacLeod, and here the blood turns Norse. Leod, the founder, was the son of a Norse king of the Isle of Man and the Hebrides. His descendants took the Isle of Skye and never let go. Their seat, Dunvegan Castle, has been held by the same family for 800 years, the oldest continuously inhabited castle in all of Scotland. Number 4. Wallace. Remember I said your name can mark you as a foreigner in your own country? Wallace comes from an old word, Wallace, that meant the Welshman, or more exactly, a Briton, one of the ancient Britons of the Kingdom of Strathclyde, who spoke a language closer to Welsh than to Gaelic. So the most Scottish hero of them all, William Wallace, the man who lit the wars of independence at Stirling Bridge, carried a name that literally means the foreigner. Number 3. MacKay, MacLeod, son of Aod, an old name meaning fire. The Mackays held the far, far north, the wild country of Sutherland at the very top of the mainland, so remote their homeland was known simply as the Mackay country. To raid a Mackay in his own hills was to lose. Number 2. Stewart. And this name is not just royal, it built the throne. It began as a job title, the High Steward of Scotland, the man who ran the king's household. That office became a surname, the surname married into the royal line, and in 1371 a Stewart became king. Their dynasty would rule Scotland, and later all of Britain, for more than 300 years, from Mary, Queen of Scots, to Bonnie Prince Charlie himself. Number 1. MacDonald, MacDonald, son of Domhnall, a name that means a world ruler, and they very nearly were. Clan Donald is the largest of all the Highland clans, the Lords of the Isles, who ruled the entire western seaboard and the Hebrides like kings, from a sea throne the mainland crown could never quite reach. And it is MacDonald that carries the secret I promised you at the very start. Because behind Clan Donald stands one man, and his blood is still in the ground, and in the living. Here is the moment folklore turns into hard science. The Y-chromosome passes from father to son almost unchanged, which means it travels down exactly the same line as a surname does. So geneticists went looking for a Scottish warlord written into living DNA. And they found him. His name was Somerled. Half-Norse, half-Gael, he rose in the 12th century and did the impossible. He broke the Vikings' grip on the west of Scotland and carved out his own kingdom of the Isles. He is the founding ancestor of Clan Donald. And when a geneticist at Oxford tested modern MacDonalds, he found something astonishing: a large share of them carry the very same Y-chromosome signature, inherited from one man. The estimate for how many living men descend in the male line from Somerled alone is staggering. 500,000 men. From a single warlord, 800 years dead. If your name is MacDonald, MacDougall, or MacAllister, there is a real, testable chance that the same stretch of DNA that sat inside that Norse Gael king is sitting inside you, right now. And that is the deeper truth hidden in all 10 of these names. Because there is no single Scottish gene. Scotland is a crossroads written in blood. The Gaels who came from Ireland. The Picts who were here before anyone. The Norse who took the Isles, Somerled, MacLeod, Macaulay. The Britons of Strathclyde who gave us Wallace. And the Normans who gave us Fraser and Bruce. Your surname is the single best clue to which of those streams you came from. It survived the clearances, the battles, the emigrations to every corner of the earth. It crossed oceans and it never broke. So if your name was on this list, tell me in the comments which clan you belong to, and which glen your bloodline came from. Because you are not simply descended from this history. You are carrying it, in your name, and quite possibly, in your blood.